Olivia Bono-Voznenko reporting from the New York Stock Exchange and wrapping up the quarter. I'm with Sarge Guilfoyle. Stephen, a lot has been going on since we last spoke.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. There's a few things out there in the financial universe.
Yes, well, what is helping the markets rebound after the Brexit drama, if anything?
There's a few things. I mean, we spoke about this last week. We predicted an overreaction, and that's exactly what we got. I mean, yes, valuations have changed, but fundamentally, buyers and sellers are still there for all the goods and services that trade internationally. They just have to trade at a different price point. But nothing has changed that fundamentally for the reaction that we saw last Friday and Monday. And the markets have reacted quite well. Today, we got an extra push from Mark Carney from the Bank of England. Right? He's talking about easing monetary policy going into the summer. Now you saw gold, which was selling off, kind of stopped doing so. You saw the FTSE 100 take off. You saw U.S. stocks take off. You saw basically all the things that happen with easy money talk get into place. So if everybody's going to line up, if the Mario Draghis, Janet Yellen's, and Hirohiko Kurodas in the world are going to line up and do their thing, this could be an interesting summer.
How about James Bullard? Will he direct the market when he speaks this afternoon?
If anyone is irresponsible enough to speak out of place, it's this guy. All right, James Bullard will probably make headlines today. Whether or not the market really pays attention to what he says anymore because he's been so unreliable in the trajectory of his forecasts and the trajectory of his own opinions, the market may just take a pass on what he says these days. But given the nature of how volatile things are, and that there's also an expected pension fund rebalance tonight, which could really weigh heavily in equity's favor. If he wants to get in the middle of that with his own words, and he's likely to do so, anything's really possible.
I don't even know how he decides what to wear in the morning.
I really, I've lost so much respect for this man. I really can only get in trouble if I go on.
All right, well, speaking about decisions, rumor has it that other countries want out of the EU. Did we learn anything from Brexit for future investing?
Only that we're going to do this a few times. There's going to be a lot of volatility in the future. You see, the problem for the Greeks and the Italians and a few of these other countries that have their own problems is they need to get out of the EU so they can create their own currency and devalue their own currency, basically monetize their debt versus the euro. Otherwise, they're never going to catch up. They can't play ball with France and Germany. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot more referendums in our future, and I think we're going to do this over and over again.
Well, speaking of the independence theme, we can't forget about the 4th of July. How will holiday trade affect the markets?
I think you're going to see a very large volume final couple of hours today. In the morning tomorrow, you'll see some guys clean up positions they didn't get out of or get into that they wanted to set themselves up for. But largely, you're going to see this place empty out tomorrow afternoon. You don't want to be the guy on TV at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, as an American, Sarge, I want to thank you for serving our country, and I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July.
Thanks, Olivia. Have a nice holiday.